You know that classic Sunday morning feeling, right? You wake up, you glance at the clock on your oven, then you look at your phone, and this tiny bit of panic starts to set in. Do they match? Wait, did the time change today? Don't worry, you are definitely not alone, and we are going to get this all sorted out for you right now.
So that's the big question. It's probably the exact phrase you just searched for. So let's get you an answer, and let's do it fast.
It's that moment of doubt, isn't it? The microwave says it's 8:15, but your phone is confidently telling you it's 7:15. So, who do you trust? It feels like it could throw off your entire day, but the answer is almost always simpler than you think.
Okay, enough suspense. Let's get you a rock-solid, definitive answer in the next 30 seconds so you can get on with your day on the correct time.
So, here's the most crucial thing to remember. Your phone is your gold standard. Seriously, your smartphone, your laptop, your tablet, these gadgets are connected to networks that automatically handle daylight saving time. So if there's a disagreement between your clocks, always bet on the smart device.
But hey, maybe you want to be absolutely 100% certain. I get it. Here's your rapid-fire checklist. Check your phone's home screen? Done. Look at your computer's taskbar? Easy. For the ultimate proof, just pull up a major news site or an official source like time.gov. And you're done. Problem solved.
Okay, now that you know what time it actually is, let's take just a minute to understand what in the world just happened. What is this great clock shift all about anyway?
So, what is this thing we call daylight saving time, or DST? Well, the main idea, which has actually been around for over 100 years, is to shift our clocks so that our waking hours line up better with the actual daylight. In the summer, we move an hour of sun from the super early morning, when most of us are still asleep, to the evening. That's what gives us those longer, brighter nights.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We're not magically creating more sunlight. We're just all agreeing to reschedule our day a little bit so we can enjoy it more. A good way to think about it is that we're borrowing an hour of light in the spring, and then we give it back in the fall.
And that brings us to that famous little rule: spring forward, fall back. In March, we spring forward 1 hour, which means, yep, you guessed it, we lose an hour of sleep that night. But then in November, we fall back, and we get that glorious extra hour. It's a pretty simple trade-off, but it has some surprisingly big effects on us.
And believe me, this isn't just some quirky tradition. It has real-world consequences. Being off by just 1 hour could mean missing a flight or showing up late for a really important meeting. And studies even show it messes with our sleep patterns and our health for days afterward. It really can throw a wrench into the whole rhythm of our week.
All right, now for the hands-on part. Let's get all those other rebellious clocks in your life synced up. Think of this as your practical guide to becoming the master of your own time.
First, just do a quick mental scan of your home. We're talking about those analog wall clocks, the digital display on your oven or microwave, that notoriously tricky clock in your car, and any older alarm clocks you might have. These are the usual suspects that are going to need a manual update. Now, for most of these, like your microwave, the process is pretty simple. Just look for a button that says clock or set. Go ahead and press it, use the arrows or the number pad to change just the hour, and then hit set one more time to lock it in. See? Easy peasy.
But the car clock. This one gets everybody, right? In newer cars, it's usually buried in the settings menu on your touchscreen. But in older cars, oh man, you're hunting for those tiny, hard-to-press buttons, probably labeled H and M, that you have to hold down in some secret combination just to change the hour. We've all been there.
So all your clocks are now correct. Awesome. But the real question is, how do you avoid this confusion next time? Let's make sure you are prepared forever. This is your mastery plan.
Here it is. This is the secret formula, at least for most of the US and Canada. We spring forward on the second Sunday in March, and we fall back on the first Sunday in November. Seriously, take a second right now and pop those two recurring events in your calendar. You'll get a heads up every single year.
Just burn that simple phrase into your memory. Spring forward, fall back. If you can remember that, you will conquer time change confusion for good.
So there you have it. You're a pro now. No more clock confusion ever again. But it does leave us with a much bigger question. With all the debates about health effects, the economic arguments, and frankly, the sheer hassle we all just went through, is this twice-a-year time shift still worth it? Or is it finally time to just pick one time and stick with it for good?